Greetings, folks. This is Tackers, your community manager, and we are back with another live stream showing off Alliance War here on Empires and Allies. Thank you all for joining us. If you are in the chat room, welcome back. Or I should say, if you have been watching the show in the past, welcome back. If this is your first time, welcome. We got some really cool stuff to show you today. What we're taking a look at right now is the new feature coming into Empires and Allies this week called Alliance War. Something that I think a lot of players have been waiting for, and we're very, very excited to share it with you. So we're going to go ahead and get started with the show here in just a few moments. Please, if you have any questions throughout the show, please, you can drop them in chat. Ideally, somebody in chat, like a moderator or a fellow player, can help you out. But I will be taking breaks here and there and asking for Q&A. So there's a good chance that I'll have missed your question. Please go ahead and simply just repeat it when I say, okay, time for questions. So other than that, folks, let's go ahead and take a look at what's happening here in Red Team versus Blue Team in Alliance War. So we can see here that the game is attempting to match me personally up with this player, Rokus. Oh, and it looks like already a different player. See, I don't know if you guys noticed that, but right there on the screen, the HQ caught on fire. Well, what that means is one of our alliance members, the red team, or I believe it's, yeah, the red team has defeated that base and taken all of its flags. So now I'm really unable to... Let's go ahead and look through here. This opponent has already been defeated, so I'm unable to actually fight them, right? So they've been removed from the map, and ideally it's going to shift me up, or it's going to match me up with somebody else that is near or within my metal, not my metal count, forgive me, HQ level, XP, HQ. Metals have nothing to do with Alliance War, sorry about that. So I think what we're going to do this time is, rather than just dive in and get all my attacks done, we do have 5 hours and 56 minutes until this war ends. So since it is 3:28 p.m. right now, that puts us at about 9:30. So 9:30 tonight p.m. we're going to be seeing the Alliance War end, and we'll see the results. So as you can see so far, it does look like the red team has gotten a little bit of a lead. We have, I personally, you can see on the top right hand corner, I have 2 attacks left, and my entire team has 55. Now, if you guys remember, in the very beginning of the match, it actually told us that we had equal amount of players. So you can tell that on the enemy side, they just simply haven't got the message and they haven't started their Alliance War yet. So they could be strategizing, and they could just be, you know, kind of lingering in the map and figuring out their plan. Hey everybody, thanks so much you guys for joining the chat room here. Very cool of you all. And what I'd like for you 5 people, by the way, you all rock, please do me a favor and go into your Alliance chat or world chat, and please let everybody know that we are watching Alliance versus Alliance on twitch.tv. Alliance Wars. So folks, what we're going to do in the meantime, as I mentioned, I am going to start saving my attacks. Oh, it looks like the enemies have started kicking off their attacks, and they've got one out of the way. And we're only one above them, but we are currently winning. So way to go, team. And let's see where we can go with this. Lone Wolf is my recommended target. Let's scout it and see how close it got me. Woo! that is a pretty nice looking base. Now you can tell that his HQ level is 14, but it looks like with all the extra stuff around, he's definitely kind of increased his player level to 33. So 33 is what I'm being matched against. Let's go ahead and just kind of scroll around to the other players and see where they lie. Here's another one, 36. This guy beat me last time. And this player is 42, so they are getting kind of harder. Alex Tran, what time in New York? 3 hours from now. So set a time, set a stopwatch. We see Norin Rad here, level 44. They are looking really good this Alliance War. Ooh, 24. Now, we were talking about this earlier. However, let's keep in mind that when you come across a lower XP base, you know, like a lower level base, you don't necessarily want to just simply say, oh, easy pickings and grab it. Because what can happen is you kind of want to save those for the other members of your alliance that might not have such a strong, you know, arsenal as you do. So really what you want to think about is when you come across a base that might be a little bit lower, do a good scout and make sure that it is something that you feel comfortable, but not too comfortable in fighting. Like if this was just a walk in the park, save it for somebody else. Challenge yourself just a little bit and try and capture those flags for your alliance. Here, we're going to keep on skipping through all the bases here. Here's another one. Now, here we can see this is level 7. So clearly this player started the base, but probably didn't get a lot of chance to finish. So that's where we're at right now. So when the prep time ended, this is where this player had stopped developing their base. So quite honestly, this is probably going to be one of those bases that we consider the easy pickings and should probably reserve for some of the other folks in our alliance. So here we go, guys. So now what you're looking at right now is I'm going into my alliance chat and we're going to confer with the alliance and see what kind of cool tactics we can come up with. So something that you want to look at is take a look at your alliance, right? And actually you're going to want to start taking a look at maybe who's on the bottom end, right? Because really that's who we have to be concerned about, if whether or not they're going to log in, whether they're going to make the window of war, and if we need to go in and just maybe take up those easy bases. Because remember, if they're not there to fight, those are flags in jeopardy, and you only get 2. Oh, Kick-Ass Candy is, now mind you, she spells it with the C, so it must be okay. Thanks, Candy. But you can see here that they are planning their attacks. Let's see how it goes. Oh! Does look like Parts got defeated by LMB. Let's take the replay. was awesome. Way to go, LMB, and we apologize to you, Parts. Now you can see right there, that would, I would say, LMB picked the right defender, or picked the right base to crack, because Parts was a higher star level than him, or I'm saying him, LMB, but LMB was able to crack it. So that just goes to show you that even if somebody's a little higher than you, doesn't mean you can't outsmart them. So way to go. This is definitely looking pretty cool. Now let's take a look. Okay, so the game is recommending me to fight Chris based off of, I guess, our XP levels. Here's Jace. That one's going to be way too easy for me. It's only a level 5, and we want to save that for some of the lower. Garca, same thing. Save that for some of the lower bases in our alliance. This is even a lower one. Ooh, there is Tony. Tony was defeated by Delta Force for life. Let's see what that replay looks like, shall we? Awesome. What did you guys all think of that? So I do want to address something that's being discussed in chat. Yes, iOS and Android have both been updated. And, not to confuse it too much, but they have been updated with the Alliance versus Alliance War. However, it's just not turned on yet. So it will not be turned on until all players are on the exact same version. Should not happen today. So don't get your hopes up. It's definitely not happening today, folks. Hope that clarifies that for you. Did anybody have any questions I can answer while I'm looking at the chat? as you guys can see, I'm just taking out one of the easy bases. Just because I'd like to go ahead and contribute to this alliance one and flip over to the other side where I have another account which I need to help. So at least I know I'm going to be able to contribute a little bit something to my alliance. There you go, 3 flags. Oh, what do you know? Members of the alliance just got bonus resources from the battle. Keep on fighting to earn bonus resources from your alliance. Awesome. So there we go. My team is doing rather well. 50 flags obtained out of 87. Looking pretty good. Now I still have one more battle, and that one I'm actually going to save. Save that one. So let's go ahead and flip off just for 1 second. And what we're going to be doing is switching accounts over to the blue team. Alright, sorry for the delay, folks. What we're doing is we're using the switch option, and I am logging into my other account, which also is in the same alliance. Now mind you, I'm just doing this to make sure you all have as much transparency of the feature as possible. In no way am I trying to suggest for you to have multiple bases. It was a pain. However, when you log in to the game and your alliance leader has chosen has initiated the battle, well, first there's going to be a prep time, which you're going to see a different pop-up, and then after the prep time is ended, you'll see this, which is battles have commenced. Enemy can now be attacked. Choose your target carefully, and remember your recommended opponent and coordinate with your alliance. So what it's reminding you of is what we've been talking about here, is just because you see an easy base doesn't mean you should probably go try and crack it. But let's go ahead and see what happens as we enter Alliance War. Tough one, folks. But I have some Titan tanks and I'm feeling pretty good about myself, so let's give this a try, shall we? Oh, this is gonna be so much more easier than I thought it was gonna be. Ready for the nuke. This is what unlimited gold can get ya. Come on, look at those red spider drones go. That did not make me feel good. Alright, well, that's what I get for going up against a nice looking base. Kudos. And I do believe... I'm gonna go on mute for just 1 second to verify something that's being discussed in chat. Well, what do you know? The cat is out of the bag. That is official that we are indeed releasing Alliance War tomorrow. Everybody, be ready. It was announced in global chat. I wasn't the one who did it, so therefore I can now comment on it. It is happening, y'all. Tomorrow, Alliance War will be among you. Who is ready for Alliance War? Can I get a hoo-wah? Alright folks, I have a little bit of a gold trivia gold opportunity for you. I know J-Dub's gonna love this one. Everybody in the room, all you gotta do to be eligible for a free giveaway is click that link that I just posted and tweet out to us the message inside. You can edit the message all you like. I'd love for you to hit on all the important parts like Alliance War coming out tomorrow. Exciting, exciting. However, just make sure and leave either the hashtag or @Empire's Allies so we can see it. Alright, so as you can see here in our Alliance War, here it is already only just a little bit into it, and most of our opponents have been defeated. So, which really makes me pretty excited. Boom. Here's another base that looks like one of our, they were already defeated. Great job. I'm loving my alliance this time. Oh, Rokas, another one. Already defeated. No units available for battle. I guess I should fix that. Let me go back to my base real quick and restock. Red team, go. Hold on. Okay, so again, you guys, just for anyone who did not catch the message a moment ago, Alliance War is coming out tomorrow. So please get out there and start upgrading your bases. Get that little bit of head start. Here we go, folks. I'm going to try another base here. Now I'm going up against Mark. I have a little bit better confidence in this one, and I thank my alliance for leaving it to me. Now let's see what happens when some Titan tanks backed up with Strike Force. What kind of damage they do at? Rangers, they were right out of the range of that blast. They were lucky. They're probably all having very bad, crazy cancer at this point. That was very close to a nuclear blast. Boom! So I just racked up 3 flags toward my alliance. And that's going to do it for my attacks. Now you're going to notice here that I don't have any attacks left. So I am unable to continue contributing to this alliance war. However, we have a solid lead over the blue team, but you know what? The blue team does still have 43 attacks left. So just doing some quick math, I'm not too sure they have the opportunity to win, but you never know. That is what's up with Alliance War. It all boils down to who's left and who hasn't fought yet. Oh, look at me. There looks like Kick-Ass Candy defeated me. Let's see what she did. Well, I think I gave her a decent fight, right? No? I mean, even for a level 26, it took her a little bit. And why is that level 34 beating up on such a little puny 26 anyway? No, I'm just kidding. Alright, so yeah, there we go. It looks like that's going to wrap it up for this side of the fence. I've already gone through the Tackers and the Tackers 2 account. However, just for fun, I have an account over on the blue team. Let's see what happens when I go over there, shall we?
Spice this place up.
Alright, I'm back, everybody. So now we are logged into the other side. Now we're on the blue team. And let's see what kind of damage or help we can do to the blue team, shall we? Alright folks, so here we are. We see that I am now on the other side of the fence. Going back against my team. Going back against the other team that I'm on, the red team. Let's see how I can help them out maybe. Oh. Huh. Should I fight myself? No, that's just weird. King Plague. Oh. Wouldn't this be poetic justice? I'm gonna give it a shot, folks. What do you guys think? You guys think I can go up against this base? Alrighty, I have... Sorry, excuse my delay there. I'm still trying to work at the same time here. I'm trying to get all this out the door for you guys. However, let's go ahead and dive right on in. King Plank, I challenge you, good sir. Oh, I think I missed my window. What I mean by that is basically when another player goes in and attacks someone, it does remove them. Oh, King Plank, you got lucky, my friend. You got lucky. Let's see here. This is gonna get pretty ugly. I don't know if I'm really ready for this. I'm gonna leave that up to some of the other members of my alliance. All these are looking really good, but you know what? I have a little bit more confidence in this one. Alright, here we go. I'm going up against Spoochie. My plan here is to immediately get rid of... That wasn't my plan right there. Immediately launch the nuke is my basic plan here. Oh my goodness. Do you guys see this? They are right out of the range of everything there. Now why aren't these helicopters chasing me? Anyone else see that? Go, go, RPG Trooper! Is it normal? No, I'm gonna actually report this to the devs. Thank goodness we're reporting it. Not really sure why those helicopters are not coming after me. I'm not gonna make it, am I? 13 seconds. Well, at least I got the one flag out of this base. Spoochie, I got one flag off you. And there we go. We did get the victory, and so that's good thing. Only one flag though, so that contributed one flag toward our alliance goal. Now it doesn't look like our team is going to win based off the other team's strong start. However, it does look like we're at least counting a little bit toward our bonus loot, so that's a good thing. But yeah, this is very exciting, very cool. And I attempted and failed. I didn't fail, I got 1 star out of it. There we go. It does look, do I still have one? I still have 1 attack left. So here, it's time to pick somebody whom I feel I'm gonna get 3 flags from. It does look like Ghost is a possibility. I think I can handle this. However, you know what I can't do? Not without troops. Good thing I have 5 hours and 13 minutes left. There we go. Drop them all off, folks. I'm seeing some questions and I definitely will answer them here in a moment. Let me just finish up this last attack here and we will jump directly into you all's questions and maybe give away some more gold. I like that idea. Alright, here we go. I'm going to go on another attack. This time I am attacking my alter ego. This is Tackers 2. Let's see what happens. I am seeing a question that I'd love to answer in chat. I noticed after the update my replays were gone from the log. That actually happens every update. You might not have noticed it in the past, but basically once we update from one client to another, any previous replays that were on the old one are not going to be available. It is just unfortunately one of those. So there we go, folks. I did contribute at least a total of 4 flags to our count. Not the greatest, but out of my 2 attacks, it does look like I was able to contribute just a little bit. Now, we can see here on the blue team, our allies still have 38 attacks left. So 38 attacks. Out of 38 attacks, keep in mind that the best one counts towards your score. So I think I actually put my foot in my mouth, because you get 2 attacks and the best attack counts. And so since I got 3 flags on the second attack, I actually did contribute as much as I could to this Alliance War. I'm going to get a little bit more clarification on that tonight, and ideally give you guys more answers on that tomorrow. Really exciting, folks. Okay, so I mean, it does look like the red team has a solid lead over the blue team, and you know what? We give them credit where credit is due. Congratulations. I think early victory is apparent, but let's see what the blue team can come up with. Hey folks, I do want to answer a question in chat that I'm seeing. Can you fix the mine glitch in the research agency that says railgun instead? I believe that has been addressed in today's update. Please, could somebody go and verify that? H2 against Rambo 2. Those look like ults. But kudos, 3 flags collected. And basically what, if you guys haven't noticed, what I'm doing is just taking a look at some of the replays that have been... Oh, let's watch my replay again. These are simply replays.
We're not developing empire.
Yes, that is correct. D-Money718, only a general can start the Alliance War. So your Alliance leader is going to be the one who's actually not only getting your Alliance queued up to be paired up against another Alliance, but it's also choosing who within the Alliance is going to be active in this war. D-Money718, Alliance War is not turned on yet, so don't worry about it until you see it. Alright, everybody, look at this. Our alliance has 37 attacks left. And we are down 33 points. 33 flags. So we are going to need to step this up a little bit in order to take over the red team. Red team, kudos to you all. If you are listening to this, we definitely salute you and congratulate the hard work that you guys have done on this playtest. Don't count it out for some of our blue team, though. It does look like we just have some people that have not done their attacks yet, and they have pretty solid bases. Let's take a look at what their bases look like. All right, well, that's not one of them. Ooh, interesting. See lower levels. Ooh, this is a good one. Ooh, this is exciting. Well, folks, there you have it. That is officially what Alliance War is in a nutshell. What we're going to do really quick is actually I'm going to do a quick video explaining some of the details, just like an overview of Alliance War. As most of you have seen in this clip here, or in this live stream, it's basically your alliance goes up against other alliances, and you all have to work together to try and obtain as many flags as possible from that alliance. So if you really think about it, there's a lot of opportunity here that you haven't had in the chance, or you haven't had in the past, to communicate with your alliance and actually plan out attacks rather than just having a group of friends to chat to. So this is going to bring an entire new level of competition, excitement, and just a whole bunch more into the game. So I can tell you I'm excited, but I'd love to hear from you all. For those of you out there, what I would appreciate is if you are listening to my voice live. We of course love the chat, participating in chat. However, what I also love is, why don't you send out a tweet? Why don't you post on your Facebook? Why don't you go over to our forums, ZyngaPlayerForums.com, and share your thoughts. Share your thoughts about what you've seen today in Alliance War. There is an Alliance War thread, which can be found at zynga.tm/New Alliance War. Pretty simple. And there's going to be a feedback thread there. And just before we get too further along, I'm going to zoom out real quick and give you guys a chance to just take a look at a video that we put together for Alliance Wars. One moment.